Hey guys, I'm back. It's another episode, and here I just want to talk to you guys about a couple tricks that I use to kind of keep myself on the right track. Make sure that my habitual responses to what goes on doesn't kind of take place of me actually experiencing what's happening. And the first thing I want to let you guys know is that what we do is we try to escape the circumstances of the present moment by using our brain to project ourselves away from this moment. And through doing that, we lose our ability to actually attend this moment, or actually kind of experience the entirety of what this moment contains. And so, the first thing that we have to learn to do is we have to learn how to accept what happens. I know that's not easy, and before I try to tell you to do that, I want you to know that my reason for telling you to do this is because we spend so much time, trying to get away from this moment. What we actually do is we kind of experience this moment through our thoughts. And as we experience this moment through our thoughts, it kind of ruins our connectivity to life, because as you know, life does not exist in our mind or in our memories or in our imagination. Life exists right now. So I'm gonna get right into it. So the whole thing is that you have to learn to not resist. When you resist, you kind of like anything you resist, you use the resistance, and it kind of gives things more momentum. Like, for example, when you have a situation that presents itself and it makes you feel upset or angry. In reality, what's occurring is you kind of experience these angry thoughts, and then the angry thoughts create this reflection in your body, which, I guess we call emotions, and emotions are like vibrations that we feel. And the stronger the vibrations are, the more of those thoughts we get, and the more thoughts we get, the stronger the vibrations are. And, it's like a never-ending cycle. And with things like anxiety or, anger or depression, when you feel these things and you kind of resist against it, you fight against it, all you're doing is making more momentum by creating more thoughts that kind of add toward that feeling that you generate when you're in those thought processes. And anyway, so the next thing that I'm gonna tell you guys is a trick that I use quite frequently, and this is trying to take yourself out of your mind and put yourself more into reality. And it may sound like it's difficult, but it's actually not. When you're in a relationship with somebody and you can't see past your thoughts of them, the thing is that once you have thoughts of someone, you have a relationship with your thoughts of them, and you no longer relate to that person. So in order for you to relate more closely to the people and things in your life, my suggestion to you is, first thing, learn to feel your body more. Be, more in touch with your body, how you feel, the different temperatures you feel throughout your body, the heat, the things you smell. Be more in contact with, the sensations of your senses, and try to direct those senses and your attention of your senses towards, whatever you're doing. Like, for example, when someone's talking to you, don't sit there and think about the things you want to say to them. Actually sit there and listen to what they're saying and try to understand them to the best of your capabilities. And before you answer them, go down deep inside yourself. Like, try to find the core of the things that you feel. And when you come up with an answer, when you bring an answer to the surface, the purpose is to the objective is to kind of bring your most sincere reactions to this moment. And little do we know that, sometimes we think we're being creative and, we're being original and brand new, but we're not, because about 90% of our thoughts are not generated in our heads. They're kind of like the reflection of thoughts that or things that people already thought of, and reflection of things that already exist. So in order for us to bring things that are brand new and fresh to life, which I believe life enjoys those things, that's why we have such a diversity of, shapes and colors and things in this world, and different type of people and different type of everything. There's a it's diverse. Everything in this universe is diverse. And I believe that our job is to bring our originality that we have inside of us out into this world. And the only way to do that is to let go of trying to be like everybody else. It's to let go of a trying to impress people. And the best way to do that is to see yourself as more than what we're taught to see ourselves as. The same way we relate to the world through our thoughts, and it ruins the way we live. We relate to our loved ones through our thoughts, and it ruins the way that we interact with those people, and whatever the case may be. Anyway, the next thing that I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm sorry about this. To be honest, I don't do stuff like this, and I'm actually not good with speaking to people, and before I go any further, I kind of want to give you guys a little history, like, about, how this came to be. I actually, these things that I'm speaking about, I kind of understood it for a while, but I ended up losing my daughter a couple years back, and it wasn't until my daughter Charity passed away that I started to I tried to be more realistic with myself and try to be more honest, about how I felt about things, because you never know how soon your life or any things don't last forever. Nothing lasts forever. And my whole thing is that I have all these thoughts about the way that things work, and I swear to you, I look at life and I could kind of see how things tick, like, and it's only because I went deep enough to be honest with myself. Like, I stopped lying and telling myself that my life sucks because the odds were stacked against me, and I didn't really have a choice, because we all have a choice. And in reality, our life, the way we interpret life, the thing what we feel, it doesn't depend on what we have. Actually, it depends on our interpretation of what we have. And so these feelings that I would get to give these thoughts to people and to share my knowledge, or to share my connectedness with people, and it kind of kept manifesting itself. And through the years, I kind of practiced and try to internalize the things that I believe, so that they could be more concrete and more authentic to how I feel about things. And as time went on, people kept telling me, like, people need to hear the stuff you have to say, and you have something that you have to share with people. And so I kind of got to the point where I had to stop being selfish, and I no longer wanted to I actually used to look at people, and I used to see people and think they're so different from me, and how come I feel this way and they feel that way. And after my daughter passed away, I kind of stopped judging people for the way they were, and I kind of accepted them more. And once I accepted people and I started to appreciate the way they were, even the bad parts, like for example, you may tell yourself that you're the most patient person in the world, but as long as you're around people who don't test your patience, then you won't know how patient you actually are. And then you get around somebody who actually tests your patience really bad, and you lose your head for a second, and you think, oh, this must be a dark moment in my otherwise very light existence, because I'm normally more patient. But in reality, that's not a dark situation. That situation just happened to have the right kind of light to shine the light into that dark area of your life where you didn't realize that impatience exists. And so if you kind of think of the entirety of life in that sort of manner, you'll see that there really is no good or bad situations. It's just how you interpret it. Every situation that takes place in life, you could either choose to see the bad effects of it, or you could choose to see the good effects of it. And it's all up to you. Anyway, those two tricks that I told you, just being honest with yourself, and allowing this moment to be without trying to make anything of it. And secondly, you need to be more existent inside this moment. And now I'm gonna tell you, when you feel your body more, when you become more in contact with your body, when you walk down the street and you actually try to walk, and it's not your body's not kind of on autopilot just sailing along, and you consciously exist in this moment, what begins to happen is that for example, if you try to feel your hands, and as you feel your energy inside your hands, the animating force that keeps you alive, whatever you want to call it, your spirit, your chakra, whatever people call it, when you feel that energy inside your hands, that being inside yourself, you can only feel that now. You can't feel that through your thoughts. I mean, you can experience it through your thoughts. You can think of anything that you've encountered already, but as you are feeling your hands, that is right now. You can only experience your senses through this moment. And so as you are feeling the inside of yourself and you're relating to the world, and my suggestion to you is, like, when you listen to people, or you're listening to sounds, or you're looking at things, don't listen just with your eyes. Listen with your entire body. Feel yourself existing in that moment. Feel your connectivity. When you look at people, don't look at them for the roles that they play. Try to see deeper inside them. Like, try to imagine being in their shoes, and try to feel how it feels to be them. I don't want to use that word imagine, because I don't kind of want to throw you guys off. And sometimes I may use a word, after a while, after you get to know me and you see my videos, after a couple of times that you see how I actually think of things, I'll be able to use more words without confusing you guys. But for right now, I'm gonna say, it's all about using your senses and observing things for what they are. You try not to put the labels of things that you develop on everything you see, because when you do that, and you're not giving everything that you see in front of you a chance to kind of present itself to you, then what happens is, now you're actually existing through, like, this conceptual way of life. Like, in the conceptual way of life is never what you think it is. For example, like, I can tell you that I can explain a tree to you, but the word tree itself and my explanation of a tree will never amount to what a tree actually is. So now the person who eats a mango, he may not have a PhD in fruits or whatever the case may be, but the person who does have a PhD in fruits, he doesn't understand the mango more than the person who's eating it. And that's kind of how we live life. You know, we kind of take all these, because a title for something, like the word tree, is not a tree itself. It's kind of a pointer at what a tree actually is. So we take all these pointers, we collect them, and we call ourselves, like, you know, the smartest person or whatever the case may be. We kind of develop like this little, you know, side ego about how intelligent we are. In reality, we don't really understand anything, because all that we understand, all of our thoughts are just like memories that we have, and we use them to think. And so all of our thoughts are things that already happened, things that came to pass already. And, you know, where's the excitement in that? Life repeats itself. That's true, but every moment is different from the last moment. And we could either choose to use our brains to bring in things from the last moment to this moment, or we could, you know, we could actually be more alive in this moment and just let this moment be what it is. And, you know, I'm not going to get too into detail because I made a video earlier today, and I don't want to kind of talk you guys' ears off. I just want to give you guys something to think about, because I made the last video and I thought about it, like, yo, I don't want to seem like I'm selling everybody a dream. And, you know, people just, they see my video and they subscribe and think, oh, you know, because I really don't have time to make videos all the time. But as you can see, this is my second video today, so that lets you know that, you know, I will be, you know, investing my time into this. Like, I'm not going to just, you know, just sell you guys this fake thing. So anyway, that's pretty much what I have for today, and I'm gonna let you guys go. And my next video, I'm gonna probably give you guys a couple more tricks, you know, things that you could do to stabilize yourself into this moment. And, you know, hopefully, I hope that you guys, when you develop questions, send those questions to me, you know, comment, let me know how you feel about things. And, you know, I actually need you guys. My point in telling you last time that this page was more about you guys is so that you know that the more you interact, the more that I can address things to you. Because it's not like I have anything to hide, or I have like a certain agenda that I want to cover and I don't want to cover everything. I'm not done learning. I expect to learn more from you guys, and, you know, I want to teach you as much as possible, but I have to know exactly what you guys don't understand and what you do understand, so that I can explain more to you. And like I said before, I'm not really good at this. This is not something that I do all the time, you know, so, you know, your responses to what I'm doing is gonna help me quite a bit. And, you know, I'd appreciate as much interaction as I could get from you guys, so I know, you know, exactly how much, you know, how much influence, you know, I'm actually, you know. Anyway, I don't want to, you know, drag this on longer than it has to be. So that's, you know, the end of this video, and I'll see you guys later. Tune in, you know, make sure you stick with me, guys. You know, subscribe to my channel, check me out. I'm here, and you guys have a good night.